Springfield, Missouri, in the heart of the Ozarks. This is the region where the biggest of the big trucks was born. And into this cradle of monster truck civilization come all our rowdy friends, like Fred Schaefer's Barefoot Dodge, Carolina Crusher, Monster Patrol, Boogie Van. They're here to challenge the originator to see if they can beat Bigfoot in his backyard at his own game. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the best in MTRA monster truck racing. Today, it's the Monster Truck Thunder Drags from the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds here in Springfield, Missouri. This is stop number 6 on the Penda Points Series. We're in the Ozarks, and that means we're definitely in monster truck country. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Lee, and welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power. We are set tonight for a backyard fist fight under the lights. In fact, it was in this general area where this sport began. It was in this area where a monster truck first smashed some junk iron about a decade ago. And a guy who knows all about the history of this sport is Army Armstrong. And here's Army with more on the Missouri Connection.
Gary, you're exactly right. The state of Missouri has definitely the most per capita monster truck operations in America. It all started down the road about 10 years ago with Bob Chandler. And like you say, he just crunched some metal. It turned into a phenomenon and has gone all over the world and now crowns a world champion. Speaking of world champion, the same Bob Chandler that started it designs and owns a truck that for the last 2 years has won the world championship. And it's over my right shoulder. As a matter of fact, that truck currently leads in the Penda Points Championship for this year's world championship. But Chandler also owns a second truck, the Bigfoot Power Wheels, and the Bigfoot and the Bigfoot Power Wheels have had a slapping contest everywhere they've gone this year and literally dominated the Penda Points Series. But there is a trump card here. The trump card is not even a driver, it's not even a truck, it's a crew member. Gene Patterson, who used to work for Bob Chandler in the Bigfoot operation, has gone over to Dan Patrick's team, a Chevrolet team, in the Samson truck. And they are the only people that have been able to break the win streak by the Ford camp. Back to you, Gary.
Well, Sampson right now is 6th in the point standings as we take a look at those Penda points. Andy Brass leading Runte, Schaefer, Dabney, and Colt Cobra. Want to take you back now to qualifying to show you the fastest pass ever in monster truck competition. This is qualifying Andy Brass with a 4.93.
The previous quick was a 4.96 set by the other Bigfoot truck of Runte, but Andy Brass came out and laid the gauntlet down with a 93.
And Andy Brass would follow that up with the best time of round 1, punching out the Dodge Express of Ray Portkowski. Andy's run was a 5.15. So this, once again, a highlight from round 1 competition. Also in round 1 was Colt Cobra taking on Mark Hall in the Executioner. And watch this wild finish by Hall.
Mark Hall is one of the guys that's trying to get a luck streak going for him, and it was not to be at this event. He was all over the shutdown area.
A wild run in round 1 by Dan Patrick, who gets the front end up in the air. Talk about a white knuckle ride.
Dan, it seemed like it almost wanted to come over backwards on you. What caused that?
I shifted late into high gear in qualifying. I shifted too soon, or I'm sorry, too late in first gear. So I wanted to settle down. It wasn't going to settle down, so I just pushed a button to hit her in the high, and boy, it got up there.
Also in round 1, Pam Botters, DQ. She had the red light. She was going up against Fred Schaefer in Barefoot.
I'll tell you what, Pam was in the lane. It was less than ideal. Schaefer was running good. That she did what she had to do. Simple as that. If she could have cut him down on the starting line, she'd have gone into the next round. Not to be the case. But also in that round, Gary
Wiggins in the Carolina Crusher was also a DQ as he goes out of bounds.
So all of a sudden,
the
story of the night is you don't want to go on the left side of this racetrack.
And here is the crash cam looking right at you over your head. Doc, we're coming back. Stay with us. And we welcome you back to the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds here in Springfield, Missouri for the Penda Monster Truck Thunder Drags Round 2 competition getting underway. Now, once again, the fast loser will come back. The fast loser of this round will come back for more action. Round 2 kicks off with a pair of Fords, the Bigfoot Ford of Andy Brass. That's the Bigfoot Cruiser, and he pulls up against Kirk Dabney's Overkill. Now, Kirk has been a quick qualifier. He's been very fast in qualifying over the past several races. but has not done all that well in competition. And earlier, Army Armstrong talked about some Texas technology with Marty Garza.
Gary, we're standing down in the pit area with Marty Garza, one-time top-rate driver. Now he's taking all his energies designing and developing trucks. He's hooked up with Kirk Dabney on the Extreme Overkill vehicle and have a whole new concept on the shock absorbers. Now, tell me what you're doing different than the other guys, because whatever it is seems to be really working, Marty.
Yes, Army. We're working closely with Custer Off-Road Shocks out of Long Beach, California, and we've developed a new swing arm type suspension system. It's the first monster truck to incorporate this type of suspension.
Okay, now the shocks, I understand you can actually adjust these shocks in between rounds, so you can tweak the chassis just by working with the shock.
Yes, these shocks are fully externally adjustable, whereas most other trucks have to pull their shocks apart and do all their valving changes internally. This is all external.
Okay, the name Custer and Off-Road tells me a lot of this technology came out of the Baja-type desert racers in California. Is that where it came from?
Yes, monster trucks have evolved into basically off-road race trucks only with large tires.